Brother I, Run Simulacrum Buffing Supers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a tech video for Injustice 2. Now, this is for something that was teased several months before the game's release, but not a lot of people seem to be talking about from what I understand. It's the ability to buff the damage of your super moves, nerf the damage of enemy super moves, and the battles that can result from that. So today, I will be taking Winter Soldier Deadshot and going against Damien's Regret in order to show this little proof of concept out. Now, keep in mind that I did all the right things for the training mode, so everything should be normal damage. Now, the first thing you're wondering is, what the heck are you talking about when it comes to changing the damage of super moves like that? Is there really a way to do that? As a matter of fact, there is. But while I explain, I'll have Deadshot beat on Robin. For scientific reasons, this is what's known as a control. You do the base damage, and then you figure out what it is afterwards. But if you press the X button, which is your, or whatever button is your heavy, as or to the beats of the strikes with each punch and stab and elbow, and go with every fake out, you can buff the damage. Notice how much the damage went up? If timed correctly, you can take the damage of Deadshot Super from 445 to over 500. I don't quite get that high because I miss a couple of times, and you'll notice some flashes are bigger than others because of timing. If you get the perfect timing and get the big flash, then you've buffed your damage to the max. Now, with Robin doing the demonstration here, it should allow... this is exactly the same thing. I will be doing the control, and then I will be doing the damage buff with an assassin run cancel because I'm learning those, and hey, why the heck, why not? So, I will see you in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Now, as I said, you can still mitigate the problem. Watch what I do as Deadshot here. I start pressing X to the beat of the attacks, and you'll see a shield icon pop up, showing how much the damage is reduced, from 500 to 465 damage. And now comes the interesting mind game. Well, sort of. Now, you can time your strikes to the beat of your opponents, and if you get it just right, you can even see both icons pop up. This is a very handy little technique so that you can buff your supers if the opponent doesn't know, or reduce the damage taken as well. And then it becomes fun because then you can get different damage levels for your supers. Some supers are trickier than others, however. Don't mind the outfit for Harley Quinn. But Harley Quinn Super and Captain Cold Super are what I call the trickier supers for this kind of shenanigans. With Harley's, it's mainly in the fact that her hyenas, when the damage strikes come in, it's a little bit tricky to figure out when you're going to strike. Now, I found that you don't strike right when you see the numbers. You strike just before the damage. So getting the timing right is tough. So usually what I do is I don't bother with the hyenas and I try and get the timing for the bat. Although that is also troublesome in its own right. I have been able to get it a couple of times though, so that's all well and good. But with Captain Cold's is a little bit different. With Captain Cold, it's all about timing your strikes with how fast he shoots, because he shoots at a relatively consistent rate. So in theory, if you can keep the buttons going at about the same speed, or just mash like hell and hope that you land it, which I don't recommend because about 90% of the time you're gonna miss the beats anyway if you mash, and you get it to time it just right, you could in theory buff all these shots, and it can be done for all super moves. And I was testing because I thought I saw this Power Girl or Supergirl with her lasers, but that doesn't seem to be the case, thankfully. And as far as I know, only super moves can be buffed this way. Stage transitions can't be buffed this way, combos in general can't be buffed this way, grabs can't. So it's a little something that I noticed that if you guys don't go for supers, which I can imagine why, but you want to throw out a little swagger and potentially show some more damage, making them more worth it, something to keep an eye out for. At least in my opinion, anyway. I hope you enjoyed this little tech video. I know it's not the big thing like how to take care of Deadshot or anything like that, but I hope this at least helps you deal with the super happy people. If not super like super happy, but you know, super move happy. I'm pretty sure you get that. DFTBA, friends.